Hey guys, it's me, Doro44, and I am back with another video. Today's video is the one that you guys have been waiting for. It's the Elgato Wave 1 microphone versus Blue Yeti microphone. Probably the most used microphone across streaming, YouTube, podcasting, etc. And this is the one I've been using for quite a while now, but I finally got this guy and I wanted to do a comparison video for you guys to see if you guys already have this. Should you get the Elgato, or if you're on the fence or in the market for a new microphone, which one should you get? So we're going to be going over all of that in this video today. Funny thing is I actually recorded this whole video and it didn't capture any of my audio, and so this is my second attempt at recording the entire video for you guys, and wow. Anyway, so if you like this video, please hit that like button, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. It really shows me that you guys actually like these videos and you want more of this type of content. And I also stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 12 to 4 Central Standard Time. All right, enough of that. Let's just get into the video. I'm going to be going over the pros and cons of each of the microphones, some specifications. I'm not a microphone guru whatsoever, but this is just a general, overview on both of them and which one I think you guys should go for if you don't have either of them, or if you're looking for a new microphone. And then we'll be doing some sound tests as well. Right now, what you're hearing is the Elgato Wave 1, and then I have a bunch of filters going through it, as I usually do when I stream and make videos. We'll be doing a test between the two with those filters and without the filters, what they sound out of the box. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start with the Blue Yeti microphone just because there's a little bit less stuff we have to go over with this one. Now, the Blue Yeti, it costs about $130. It is a USB microphone. Now, this microphone does come with a stand that you can just put on your desk, but it also comes off pretty easily so that you can mount it onto a microphone boom arm like I do. On the microphone itself, it does have a volume knob for your input for your headphones and a mute button as well. On the back, you'll see a gain knob right here, and then a bunch of different sound patterns on the microphone itself, which is one of this microphone's strengths. Now, with the different sound patterns, that's what I really like about this microphone. The one that you're probably going to use mostly is the cardioid pattern, which means when you speak into it, it's only going to capture sound from the front of the microphone, and it won't capture sound off the sides or the back of it. But other patterns that this microphone does have, it has a stereo mode, so it captures sound from the front and the sides. It has an omnidirectional pattern, which captures sound from all angles from the microphone. And then it does have a bidirectional pattern, meaning it captures sound from the front and the back, but not the sides. So there's a lot of versatility with this microphone for any different circumstance that you want to use it for. Now, again, I am not a microphone guru. I don't know all of the microphone tech jargon or any of that. I just know that it sounds good and it has a lot of versatility, and I'm popping up the specifications on screen for you guys right here so you can take a look. But this is a really good quality USB microphone for $130. It's one of the best in my opinion. Now, moving over to the Elgato Wave 1 microphone, there's both the Wave 1 and the Wave 3. The Wave 3 is about $180, I believe, while this one is only $130, the same price as the Blue Yeti. This is also a USB microphone, except it uses USB-C on the back of it. This one also does come with a stand, but you can also mount this on a boom arm like I have it here. It does come with this adapter so that you can mount it. Now, unlike the Blue Yeti microphone, this does not have a bunch of different sound patterns that you can use. It is only cardioid, meaning it captures sound from the front, and that's it. So it does have less versatility in that aspect, but it's not really the microphone that really sells itself. It's the software that comes with it, which I'll talk about here in a second. Here are the specifications for this microphone on screen for you guys to read for all of my audio and microphone gurus out there. Now, before I go into the Wavelink software, I just quickly want to talk about the design of both of these guys. So with the Blue Yeti microphone, it's pretty big in comparison to the Elgato. It really looks like a microphone in my opinion if you look at it. It has more knobs on it, with the gain and the patterns on the back and the mute and volume on the front. And with a pop filter in front of this guy, in my opinion, it does take up a lot of screen space, which is not really a bad thing, but in comparison, I do prefer the Elgato because it's a smaller microphone. And if you get the proprietary pop filter that you can buy from Elgato's website, which is $30, which is kind of pricey for a pop filter, it doesn't take up any space, especially the pop filter. It fits right over the microphone shape, but you can use any pop filter. I did use my other pop filter in front of this guy for a little bit, but I just felt like it took up too much screen space. The Wave 1, on the other hand, only has one knob on it, and it's the volume control for your headphones on front, and it also acts as a mute button, and that's it. It's a pretty simple design. That's what I like personally. I like a sleeker, more minimalist design, and this microphone doesn't take up any space whatsoever. That's what I really like about it. So now let's talk about the Wave Link software, which is this window that you see right here. This is Elgato's proprietary mixer that comes with this microphone. It only works for the Wave 1 and Wave 3. You cannot use any other microphone with this. And honestly, in my opinion, the Wave Link software is what sells this microphone. Without the Wave Link, I don't think I would have bought this microphone. Now for me, I always wanted a mixer. I wanted the Go XLR, but it's really hard to find one right now for a good price. They're really expensive, a little bit out of my price range. And so this was second best. And honestly, I don't even want to Go XLR. With this thing, this does everything I want it to do. So when you look at it, it's pretty user-friendly. You have your different channels right here, and they all control something different within your computer. So this first one right here is the microphone itself. If you click on the drop-down menu, you can see the gain control right here, your output volume, and your mic and PC mix. You also have a clip guard and an enhanced low cut filter. What the low cut filter is supposed to do is cut out background noise. Honestly, from my tests, it hasn't really done anything like that. My filters within OBS do a lot better of a job in that aspect, but the clip guard, this thing is awesome. So I'm about to scream into the microphone, not too loud, but just to show you what it can do. So let me turn it off first. Now this is what it sounds like if I get really loud and close to the microphone versus when I turn this on. Let me get really loud again for you. This is what it sounds like with the clip guard on. So what the clip guard is supposed to do is if you get really loud, you start screaming or whatever, it's not supposed to get all loud and compressed and all of that in your viewers' ears. And I love that this microphone has this feature. Now, if you see in each channel, there's two different sliders. One is for your audio, so what you hear, versus what your viewers hear in your stream. A problem that I always had in my streams was that my game would be too loud for me in my headphones, but my viewers said it was fine for them. But I couldn't turn it down because then it would make it quieter for them. But what the Wavelink software allows me to do now is, if it's too loud for me, I can just turn down my volume, but keep my viewers' volume the same, not even mess with it, or vice versa. This software gives you a lot of versatility and freedom in the audio aspect of things. You can control your Discord sound so that if you don't want your viewers to hear your Discord chat, but you still need to hear it, you can make it so. Or your game audio, your browser, anything really. So for example, I have a music audio channel set up. If we go over to this little icon here and open up our Windows app volume and device preferences, you don't see it right now, but if we start up Spotify here real quick, turn that on, you can see that it pops up here. Now you would, in your output, you would click on Wavelink Music or whatever channel you want to set this to within the software. So right now I have it set to Wavelink Music. Click out, and then you can see right here that the music is going. I'll stop talking for a second. And you see it's going. So let's say you're streaming and the music's too loud for you, but your viewers say, hey, it's fine for me, I like the way it sounds right now. You can just turn down your volume right here, or vice versa. You can, turn it down for them. That's what this Wavelink software can do, and it is freaking amazing. So yeah, I love the Wavelink software. That is honestly the big reason why I bought this microphone. Now I do have a pros and cons list for this software. And some of them might be a little bit nitpicky, but here we go. So some positives for this software is it gives you a lot of control and freedom for your audio channels. Like I said before, you can control so many different things, your audio versus your viewer's audio, vice versa, different softwares and their audio. It's amazing. Another pro is once you have it set up, it's very user-friendly and easy to use. But one of the cons that I'll get to is the setup process. Another pro I would say is that after using this, if you have a Stream Deck, it works wonders with that. I would say you don't even need a Go XLR or a regular mixer. You can just use this, pair it with your Stream Deck, and you can control it that way. After using the software, I don't need a hardware-based mixer. But for some cons, my first one I would say is it is sort of a pain to put together and set up for the first time. I would really highly suggest, if you have friends who use this and have it set up, ask them for advice. Watch YouTube videos on how to set it up properly, because I had days upon days of trouble setting this up with my OBS. And honestly, it could have been because of how I had my audio set up. It would mess things up. For example, I use a software called Voice Mod, which allows me to change my voice on the fly to be deep or chipmunk voice or whatever. Using that software with this wavelength, you have to do some workarounds with it. Not every piece of software that you use will just work magically. Some of them you might have to do some finagling with or workarounds. Another thing is it only has 9 channels. Now, for some, myself included, that's plenty. I don't really need that many, but for some people out there, they might need more, but you can't add any until Elgato somehow updates the software. Another thing I would say, this one's a problem for me, I can't resize the window. When the window opens up on your computer, that is how big it is. You cannot make it smaller, you cannot make it any bigger. It is that size. And for me, I wish I could just change it, because usually I have a lot of windows up when I'm streaming, and I would like to resize it so that I can fit more windows on my screen. Now, another con I would say is that it is software based, meaning there's no physical buttons or sliders that you can, do. And some people prefer hardware, which is why I said that if you have a Stream Deck, you can integrate it and control the whole software with your Stream Deck, which then kind of makes it a hardware-based one. But without a Stream Deck, I could see some people not really liking it because they want the physical control of an actual mixer. And then lastly, I would say you can't use any microphone with this. This is Elgato's proprietary software. It is what they know sells this microphone. So you can only use the Wave 1 or Wave 3 microphone with it. You can't just connect a Blue Yeti, for instance, and control this microphone with the software. It doesn't work that way. But again, overall, without the software, I would not buy this microphone because it sounds very similar, in my opinion, to the Blue Yeti, but it's the software. The Wavelink software is what sells this microphone, and for someone who needed a mixer, I didn't want to spend $600 to $700 on a mixer. This is why I bought the microphone. Now, like I said earlier, we're going to do some sound tests. We're going to do a sound comparison between this microphone here and the Blue Yeti microphone with the filters on versus out of the box, no filters running through it whatsoever. So you guys can get a good, clear sound and, make up your mind and see which one sounds better. Honestly, it might surprise you. But this is what the Elgato sounds like with all of my filters running through it on OBS. It's supposed to cut out background noise and make the microphone sound fuller, if that makes sense. A lot of people compliment on how my microphone always sounds. It's really because of the filters I have running through it. Now let's switch over to the Blue Yeti microphone, and with those filters still running so that you guys can make a comparison. And then we're going to do the comparison between them with no filters out of the box, what they sound like. All right, and this is the Blue Yeti microphone with the same filters running in OBS. Let me know in the comments down below which one you think sounds better. Honestly, in my opinion, they sound the same. But now let's switch over to the Blue Yeti with no filters whatsoever, what it sounds like outside of the box. Also, it is set to cardioid, just like the Elgato. Okay, so now I took off all the filters in OBS, and this is what the Blue Yeti sounds like on cardioid with no filters whatsoever. This is straight out of the box. This is what it would sound like. It's probably picking up a lot of background noise. You can probably hear my PC right over here and maybe some birds chirping outside. But this is what it sounds like without the filters. I would highly recommend putting some filters on, at least a noise gate or some suppression, so that you can help with background noise and just kind of make the microphone sound more professional, I guess. But now let's switch over to the Elgato microphone with no filters whatsoever. All right, guys, and then this is what the Elgato sounds like with no filters whatsoever, straight out of the box. You can probably hear my grandma in the kitchen cooking or the birds tweeting or something. But yeah, it doesn't actually do that bad of a job with no filters on it. But if you guys do have a problem with background noise and you want to know how to fix it, just copy my settings that I have in OBS. They're in the description down below. They work wonders. Everyone always compliments how my microphone sounds. But yeah, this is what this one sounds like with no filters whatsoever. I'm going to put the filters back on, and then we'll talk about my final thoughts on both microphones. All right, guys, and that's really about it on both of the microphones. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about the video and which one sounds better. Honestly, in my opinion, they both sound pretty identical, and to the untrained ear, you won't really notice much of a difference. The reason I would say to pick up a Blue Yeti over an Elgato is if you don't really need the mixer and you need all these different sound patterns for group podcasting or interviewing. But if you don't really need that and you really need some sort of mixer and you don't really want to shell out the money for a Go XLR, the Elgato has your back with that wavelength. Trust me, it's a game changer. And especially if you do have a Stream Deck, you can control the whole thing with that. Honestly, the wavelength is what sells this guy right here. And without that software, I probably wouldn't have upgraded to this guy. But you really can't go wrong with either or. Again, the Blue Yeti is probably the most used microphone out there for anything, and it does an amazing job. But my question that I pose to you guys is, which microphone do you use? And which one would you suggest for new and upcoming streamers? Let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you found it helpful. Again, I'm not an audio tech wizard or anything like that. I'm just a streamer, and I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on both of these mics. But anyway, I'll catch you guys live on Twitch.